All right, hello everyone on what is probably a really bad weather day, but we're gonna push this, and I also have to change that. Crap, I forgot to change the flight image. Give me a second. We're gonna be on our last leg to Sun and Fun, which it isn't gonna be very sunny, but we're gonna make it happen. And we're going from Jessup, Georgia, all the way down to Lakeland, Florida. But we're gonna make a special pit stop. We're gonna stop at Jet Lair, where I'm going to pick up John Travolta on the way. Yes, that's right. The John Travolta at Jumbo Lair, where he lives. It's a private airfield. We got permission to go there. And we're going to pick him up and then go to Lakeland, Florida together. And I could probably use the experience today because it's pretty bad. Let's take a look at the weather here. First off, you have light to moderate convective, which means storms. It's blue here because it's overcast at 1200. So honestly, I might have to change this and force VFR weather because it wasn't like that before. I was going to plan for 2,500, but that's not going to get us. That's not even going to let us go. So we'll double check that before we go, and if not, we'll force VFR weather in, in Rex Weather Force. Gonna make our way down the Jumbo there where it might get better. Few at 1,400, broken at 4,100, around that area, so that's not bad. But again, over here at Gainesville, broken at 900, broken at 6. We can maybe get through there. Here's Keystone, broken at 500, 6,500. So we'll stay low still. We'll stay like 2,500 feet. And then Lakeland's actually okay. Scattered 2,500, broken at 4,000. So if we just get through these storms here, we're going to be okay. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to force VFR at least to Jumbo Lair. And let's take a look at Rex Weather Force and see what that is saying. So Weather Force. Oh, it still says broken. So maybe I could just skirt out of here really fast. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to have to do that. We're in the Diamond 40 like we were on the other flights. And so let's just get the heck out of Dodge here. Hopefully you can escape this. If not, we'll force VFR. I'll put that in my comments here. But let's get the checklist for the Diamond 40. I'll put that up for you. And it's right here. All right. With Adobe PDF. Some exciting things going on the stream, at least, is that I signed up the other day to become a FS Expo media partner. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't been invited yet. I just put the stuff in last night. But I wanted to attend. It just wasn't going to happen with it being in now San Diego. They moved it and all that stuff. But I'm going to try to do the online. We're going to do some media, maybe stream some of that stuff. It'd be great to do on the stream. That'll be in September now, not June. They pushed it back to September, and it's in San Diego, but they do have a online version of it to attend. All right, we're going to pretend the pre-flight studs. Pre-flight check completed. Baggage tow par secured. Fuel valve normal and secured. We also have to check our fuel. I don't think I filled it. I had a phone call that I had right before this flight, so I had to got a little distracted on that one. We have 100% fuel now. We are normal and secured. Let's see what else we need. Fuel valve, power, lever, idle. We're going to cycle through the 2 throttle quadrants I have. And then I'll be stuck on the one that I actually am using for the flight. Very good. Parking brake is set. Alternate air is closed. That's this little flip thing right here. Electric master is off. Oop, I want full screen on that. How did I go full screen on that? I don't know, but that was pretty cool. Oh, just double tap. Okay, cool. Avionic master's off. It is. Essential bus is off. Alternate static, which would be a switch down here. We'll just pretend it's closed because you can't get it in this model. Engine master's off. Motor switch doesn't work in this model, even with the mod, but it would be auto. Fuel pumps are off. All light switches are off. Emergency switch is off and guarded. It is. ELT is armed. Circuit breakers, we check that those are in. Flap selector is up. Pitot heat is off. External power, don't have any. Electric masters going on. Get our secondary display going as well. Looking good there. Rudder pedals adjusted. They feel good. Just gonna adjust them on the floor here. Get this cable out from the bottom of it. Come on now. There we go. Alrighty then. Passengers, you've instructed. Seatbelts fastened, rear door closed, latch, front canopy, position 1 or 2, G1000. Power and acknowledged. MFD, EIS, fuel. It's good. Fuel quantity, check and reset. It's full. Fuel temperature is checked. They'd have a glow thing that heats the fuel. I think that's what the glow thing is. Hobs, again, looking at this, making sure it's good. Excuse me. Power lever idle, and the strobes are going on. There we go. All right. We're going to clear prop when I'm about to start it. Engine master on. It's hot to start now. Enunciation's checked. We'll get good. Oil pressure will go up once we start. Glow indications off, which means that it's warm enough on the fuel temperature. Start key to start, so it's clear prop and start. Very good. Oil pressure outside red in 3 seconds. It is. Voltage, electrical load. There's no way of checking it in this thing, I don't think. There's usually a bus right here on the bottom. But, yeah, can't do much with that. Enunciations, engine, instruments check. External power disconnected. Oil pressure checked. RPM 710. Plus or minus 30 checked. Circuit breakers are checked in one more time. It's because when you start it, they want to make sure you didn't blow anything there. Pitot heat on. Just to check that that stays off. Then turn it off. And avionics master is going on for the radios. Alright, FMS setup profiles already there. The map's all there and everything. Flight plan's already in there. It's already pointing to Jumbo there, where we're going first to pick up John Travolta. Radios. I have to get my frequencies here, so give me a second. Okay, just up 118.125. Ended up not being able to attend that VAT USA event. Virtual USA
Kilo
flight
Juliet, Echo Sierra, automated weather observation 1600 Zulu. Wind 276 entry. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 20 C dew point. 1 tree C altimeter 299er 1.
299er 1. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Kilo Juliet, Echo Sierra, automated weather observation 1600.
Alright, we're looking good. We're going to go runway 29er. We're going to have VATSIM Unicom ready to go 122.8. And we'll take a look at VATtastic for a second. Let's go to version 2. It's going to give you all these errors, so excuse me if the thing says that it's not good, but it is good. Now it's going to flash a couple times. I'll get there eventually. Just be patient with it. There we go. And I think Atlanta Center was on last I checked, but not anything in Florida, which is fine. But you can see the problem here. It's the storms, which are heading out, but they're still going to have some convective activity there. And we should be okay. We're right there. That's where we are. Jessup going down right outside Atlanta Center, but it's fine. Again, we'll be on VATSIM Unicom the whole time. Okay, 122.8 will stay on then, and checklist. Autopilot test disconnected. It is. Electric trim should not work, but it does in this. I'm going to set it for takeoff. So I guess in the real life it doesn't let you use the little dumb wheel for electric trim. Yeah, autopilot on. Check flight director. For some reason this is a little buggy as well. If I turn it off again, turn it on, it will eventually load flight director. You see what I'm saying? Alright, we'll make sure it's off now. So we know the flight director does work. It's just a little weird in the sim. Alright, check flight director commands, flight director off. Alright, autopilot test is completed. Floodlight. We're going to turn on the lights on at this point. Landing, taxi position. Position, flaps, full travel, then check takeoff. That's full. Set it to takeoff. We're good there. Altimeter's already set. Both of them. Stem horizon is this thing, and that's looking good. Transponder, we're going to alt and squawk 1200 for VFR. I'm also going to set this for GPS. Should I want to put the autopilot on at all? And I like to see my winds. Let's put that on there. Hey, Just Too Phenomenal. How's it going? It's going well. I'm going to try to finish this in less than ideal weather, but it just cleared up a little bit, if you see. So I don't know. Let's look at Rex Weather Force again. Whew, I might have just planned this perfectly. Still broken at 1400, 2100. We're going to get cruise at 2500, and we're lucky that Florida is very low on the above the MSL, if you will. But all right, it's starting to look better now. Yes! God has spoken. All right, parking brake release. We'll check the brakes on taxi. We're going to go to 29er. We're going to do a run-up as well. And 29er, I can't go that way because there's no taxiway there, so. Yeah! Yes, I did. How's that? Tap parking brake off. I'm going to start going here. Brakes are good. Let's do a 180 out of here. Well, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we're going to back taxi down here, but first we're going to do a run-up. And I'm going to try to angle it towards the taxiway for now. Well, there you go. I thought that he would be doing that, so. All right, the skies have opened. Let's get out of here while we can. Run up before takeoff. Parking brake is set. Seatbelts fastened. Adjustable backrest. Upright rear door. Closed latch. Front can be closed latch. Door warning light off. Circuit breakers. We'll check those again. They're good. Electrical elevator trim. Check for takeoff. It works. We're good. So, 43, huh? Oh, cool. Fuel valve, check normal it is. Check takeoff on the flaps, they are. Flight controls checked. Free and correct, we're good. Power lever idle. The electronic information system and all this stuff. Master flight displays, they're looking good. Should probably set the altitude to 2,500 on the autopilot just in case we want to use it. I'll also set my heading, which should be, oh, let's estimate it, shall we? Let's go 1902 or around there for now. So we'll make it 190. How's that? That doesn't have the wind correction angle in it, but that's okay. It'll give us an idea of where we're going. Again, we are going to pick up John Travolta at his house before we end up at Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. You know, it wasn't the most popular back then, but it had some really good characters in the 70s. Alright, flight controls checked, power out, just checking. Engine instruments checked, motor switch, we'd flip that up and down, but we don't have that. ECU test, again, we're just going to check to make sure that the engine control unit is working here. We're going to hold this down. It's going to show a fail, but then it's going to clear it out once it revs up twice on ECU B, and it's going to do the same on ECU A. There we go. That is tested. ECU test is performed. Pitot heat as required. I just left it on. So, oh, cool. Awesome. Transponder code mode checked with 1200 squawking. Available power check. Max for 10 seconds. We're going to see how far in the load percentage we could be. Should be about 100 because we're at a low MSL airport. RPM stabilizes at 22,300. It does. And idle. Fuel pump's going on. And we're ready to go. So we're going to do a 180 to our left, turn for the taxiway, and announce that we're going to back taxi, seeing that they don't have a taxiway to 29er. This is the same runway we took off from the other day. I should probably also turn off that checklist because you don't need it right now. Enjoy the flag. Alright, here's the hold short line. Runway 29er is that way, and there is no taxiway out to it that way, so we're going to have to back taxi. Looking left, looking right, looking all around. And we're still going to have to look out for clouds, but we're going to try to make it happen, so. Alright, Jessup traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, back taxiing to the start of runway 29er for departure, Jessup. Let me know if that radio's too loud. It might be, it might not be. Might just be fine. So, not a big company, but we got some memorable wrestlers there. Cool. Awesome. Sounds like you got a good card going on, at least with the wrestlers you have in your roster. As long as there's not like a lot of, yeah, go ahead, man. Turn this inset off here. Yeah, back. Not too fast. Off. I don't like the inset for some weird reason. Now I could have done the run up over here, but like, just get it done down there and that way we're ready to go. Everything is on. Again, we are going to rotate at 67, climb at 72. We have takeoff flaps to help us when we're above a safe altitude. We'll flaps up that, climb at 88, and then also set the power to 92%. So, Dory Funk, I remember Dory Funk, and Berg Agni, yeah. That sounds good, man. Yep. Okay, turn this puppy around using every inch that we can. So that way if there's a problem, you have enough runway to land on if you have to board takeoff. Whoa, these rudder pedals, I swear, they're a little sensitive. But alright, here we go. We're going to depart. I'm going to call it from here so that people know. Jessup traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, departing runway 29er, departure to the southwest. Jessup. Oh, cool. Full power, rotate 67, climb at 72. And rotate. Here we go. Climb at 72. It's about 12 degrees. All right, flaps up, and we're going 92%. Should be about 2,100 RPMs as we level off here. Well, not level off, we're climbing. And we'll make our angle of ascent a little less, so that way we get to 88 knots. Yep. That sounds good too, yeah? Now remind me, was Terry Funk related to Dory Funk? Because I remember Terry Funk more than Dory Funk. Alright, get the Veer app going on here. We are going to take a turn to the left here. I'm going to do that now because we're going to stay pretty low. So clear on the left and turning. Yeah, exactly. Yep. For some reason, I remember Terry Funk more than Dory Funk. So, again, it's been a while. Okay, one to sept. Good to go. Again, these clouds, we might have to stay really low. But I'm hoping to get up between them so I get to 2,500. So we're going to climb a little bit more than just 88. Just to get going here. This is going to be a little tricky, but we're allowed to do this in VFR land. Is it the safest? Probably not. But we're going to get above these clouds. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, keep climbing here. Well, we're kind of lucky that the clouds got a little bit better, but you can see that we clearly have some issues still. We're going to punch up here. If I have to, I'll go to 4,500, but we'll see. See what's happening here. That sim is working, no problemo. And I got to be honest with you, I would probably wait this out in a real day, but if I'm really flying. But it's all good. Alright, let's see the weather report around here. Jessup, broken at 2100. Yeah. Might have to go to 4,000. Well, if we go to 4,500, it's overcast at 4,400 around here, so I don't know. Go at 2,900. We can do that still. That's what we'll do. Trim up. Oh, trim wheel just kicked in there. That's what you just saw there. And I don't want to hold back the yoke anymore, so that's why. It's 2,900 feet. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I gotta check out that wrestling simulator that you have, or whatever it is. It sounds pretty cool. Excuse me. It's about iced tea time already. Oh my lord. Actually, we should be at an odd altitude. Maybe. I have to see what happens when we... Yeah, no, that's cool though. It's the type of programming I did in college. Let's go to 3,500. That would be a perfect in-betweener here. And I have a feeling that we might have to be at an odd altitude. This is kind of one of those altitude things where like you're not totally sure. It's kind of close. So, I don't know. I'm not liking the clouds here. All right, let's get down here. And this is what it was going to be like the whole time. Oh man. All right, we might have to stay wicked low. There's scud running now. Right, let's just keep it lower. I'd rather be lower than the clouds that are above them. John Travolta coming for you, baby. Oh my lord. But we're gonna actually park right at his house because he lives at a private airport place. This is not the best. Let's put it that way. We will get through it. Yeah, that weather just changed. So what are we saying now? No, it's still saying the same. Oh, we'll have to see. Trimming down still. Trying to get down. Here we go. We're alright. We just gotta get through this. At least the ground speed's, decent for this altitude level. It says 2 hours, but it's not gonna take 2 hours. Trimming up, 2,500. And we'll go lower if we have to. We can do that. Anything below 3,000 can be anywhere, so. Yeah, well that makes sense because you have all those organizations in there too. You'd have to get a license for every single one of them. And then, an actual bear versus Dusty Roads. That's awesome. Is it Dewey the bear? Dewey Spumoni! It's funny. Alright, so see what I'm saying? Like, it should say even for west, but it might be odd if we turn this way. So we'll stay under 3,000. I'll go 2,200. That's what we're going to aim for right now. We'll stay down low. Again, not the most ideal weather here, but it's supposed to clear up as we keep going south, so. We're also over the coastal west military operation area, but again, we're got to pretend that I did the briefing that everything is clear, so. Oh, that's cool. Alright, I wanted 2,200, but I guess we're going 2,000 now, which is fine. Anything below 3,000, again, you're allowed to be wherever you want to be. As long as we're good. I'm surprised we're not seeing any rain right now. But, we'll do our best here. Again, we are on VATSIM Unicom. If you did want to fly with me, I'm sure that John Travolta would open his house up to you as well. But we are on our way to 17 Foxtrot Lima. That would be awesome. It should be after a long struggle, though. It should be like a last resort. I'm just going to take the shotgun and end it. That's what I think. Trim it up. I can see 10 minutes, yeah. I think that's a long time to wrestle with a bear, if you ask me. Just saying. Trim it up. And we're also going to go 92%. That might help, too. That's why we're kind of low and slow. And I'm saying it was going to take, actually 75%, because that's cruise power. Trimming down. It's too bad they couldn't make something that would be graphical, you know? Like something with like, you just kind of do all that stuff and then it shows you the actual match with characters, you know? But again, I don't see them doing that in that type of world because they'd have to get licenses of all those old wrestling associations, as well as maybe potentially the rights to use the likenesses. Oh, really? Why? How's that? Right, we're about an hour out from, yeah, well, you know, by the time that he took the, is it just, so you put the data in a spreadsheet and then it runs it through a program? Is that what it is? Well, I didn't hear any of that, but okay, now that you said it. Oh, this is not good, this real world weather. This is not good. Well, we'll stay low. This is a no-go in the real world, by the way. Oh, okay. I thought it actually used Excel and then it imported data into the program. Alright, let's go down to 1,800 feet. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Trim it down so we get to 1,800. Boy, we are going to be low on this flight. We're scud running definitely, for sure. Good news is, 1,800 is going to be pretty good for us for an altitude, based on terrain and everything. Because again, we're in Florida. We're very lucky to be in Florida, because this would be not such a good thing in certain parts of the country. Hey! 2-year-old on board. Maddie. Sure, that's fine. Hi, what's up? You want my tablet? Okay, well, let's get the chair over here first. 2-year-old on board, Maddie, come. I got the tablet right there. It's not an apple. So I don't know if closed captioning saying apple. Because I didn't say apple till now. So, alright. Let's see if it's charged and everything, okay? Yep, you're good. Trim up just slightly. I think there's a lot of wind out here with the storm, so it's gonna make me trim a lot more than usual. Alright, Matt, you have to have some patience here, because I'm kind of flying at the same time. And luckily, there's no Class Delta airports either, so I don't have to worry about things like that. Trimming up. No, it might do it itself. Just trim down a little bit. It's an older tablet, so it takes a while sometimes. Trim down just slightly. I think I might hear some distant rumblings there. So we'll have to see. Trim it up just slightly now. 1,800 feet. Not where I would like to be, but I'm gonna make it happen. Oh, that sucks. The Crippler? I kind of remember the Crippler too. These names are very familiar. I'm looking at the Discord right now, so. Well, you let me know when you post it. I'll take a look at it. $1,800 feet on our way to pick up John Travolta on the way to the last day of Sun and Fun. Chris Benoit, the Crippler. That's the older father of Benoit, right? making our way there, trimming up now. These winds are definitely affecting the aircraft, so maybe, you know. I thought he had a father in wrestling, though. Maybe I'm wrong on that. He kind of tarnished the name, obviously, but... Alright, we are right outside Brently County. And believe it or not, at 1,800 feet, we're still outside the traffic pattern, so that's actually a good thing. But this is Florida, everybody, with definite Florida weather, so trimming down. We're riding this trim pretty hard, so what's the matter? You keep hitting the wrong videos, dear. That's the problem. Alright, I can't keep doing this, so this is it. If this doesn't work this time, I gotta worry about flying, okay? Trimming down again. Trimming down. But yeah, we are about a little over an hour away from John Travolta's house, and then it's about another hour to Lakeland. So this will be definitely shorter than yesterday's flight, which is good news because that was quite the session there. And again, my son already gave me lip about playing during the day because he thinks that he owns all the video games during the day, which is not true on vacations. Not on vacations. A little turbulent. That would be the convectiveness of the storms. But yeah, it looks like Florida. Lush green swampland. So this is not a place you want to go down if possible. I mean, you never want to go down, but you know what I mean. Flight's probably about a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours total. I have to land at Lakeland, pick up John Travolta at his house, and then make my way down. So look at my Florida, which is near Tampa. But it's not 4 hours like yesterday, which is good. So. And it would be an even altitude above 3,000 feet if I'm looking at this correctly. So, but it's always hard to do that unless you plan it out with a flight log, which I obviously did not do. Because again, I'm just trying to get these flights done for fun. In the real world, we plan everything out with wind correction angles and everything, and it happens. So. Right, making our way there. And actually, I have 51 minutes on the electronic flight bag to Jumbo there, which is the private airstrip. All right. Let me know when you post it, because I don't see it up there yet. You see these winds? They're just like batting me all around here for the altitude. So it's just constant trim. If I set the autopilot, do it all by itself, but we're good. That's cool. So it even does the audience too? And it probably does income and all that stuff too? Yeah. Yeah, trimming down. It's quite an updraft. Updrafts are associated with storms, so. So I think with the latest patch here, that they might have worked on the dynamics a little bit on the aircraft. I'm not saying they have. It might just be me with placebo effect, but it seems like the wind plays a little bit more into the aircraft lately, which is nice to see, because that's what X-Plane had over this, if you ask me, is the flight dynamics. So, probably still does. Oh, there you go. It's promotion. That's what it's called. It's like when I used to be in bands and they used to say, but you're playing for exposure, you know. And with original music, it made sense, but with cover bands, I never took those gigs, obviously, because that made no sense. It's funny how they could try to use that excuse to not pay, you know. But all right, just give you a little update of where we are here. Let's look at Fantastic. There we are coming through Florida. I think we are already in Florida. I think we're about to go in Florida then. Nope, we're almost in Florida. This river right here is basically looking like the border. So once we get there, we are in Florida, and we're on our way to Jumbo Lair. Again, pick up great John Travolta. Trimming up now. So Jumbo Lair, if you wanted to do this in real life, you just couldn't do it. You need to probably know someone who lives there, like John Travolta. And you'd have to get permission to land there. So, again, we're just saying that we're going to have permission to go there. But we are coming near a Class Delta when we get there. There's also some restricted airspace we've got to worry about. So we're going to be going to the east pretty soon, just to make sure we're good. But enjoy the sights. We're coming right up on Davis Field in Folkestone, Georgia, which is like the last little town before you get to Florida. So, actually, this river is not the river I'm talking about. It's up ahead. I think so. If it's like a lower ranked association, yeah. I can see that being a good attendance. I mean, it's definitely better than like local, you know, city type wrestling. So, I mean, I think 2,800 would obviously be better, but you're not doing like a civic center or anything like that. In which case you'd want in the tens of thousands at least. Did they let you pick the venue? Or do you have to work your way up through the association? Trimming up. Oh, they do. All right, well, start there, see how the card goes, and then I'd build up to at least like I don't know what they have for venues, but this guy's just opened up a little bit more here in Florida. Hey, Manny, we could see you. Say hi. Kind of see you. Say hi. Go hi. There you go. Trim it up. Oh, okay. All right, making our way down, and the clouds are opening. Excuse me while I sneeze. Sorry about that. We also have a tailwind today, which is going to help us a little bit. It's kind of off to the side still, but it's better than what was yesterday's 4-hour flight to Jessup, Georgia from Virginia. But we're going to make this happen and land at Lakeland on the last day of sun and fun. And again, the weather should be better as we keep going south. But if you weren't tuned in earlier, we are going to take a quick stop at Jumbo Lair, the home of John Travolta, to pick up John Travolta on our way down. 67,000 seats, but you need a big roster to fill that. Like, you got some good wrestlers, but you need to fill that thing. Does it also take into account the popularity during the decade? That's the other thing, too. So, I mean, if you think about it, WrestleMania is where they really started filling those huge stadiums like that, you know? And that's why Vince McMahon was known as an innovator, if you will. And that too, it's all region-based, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to descend down. Oh boy, 1,500 feet, here we come. This is not good weather. Not good weather at all. Let's see what Rex Weather Force is giving us. Jacksonville, overcast at 1,500. Guess what? We're gonna have to go down to 1,000. We're gonna have to go down to 1,000 if that's the case. Holy cripe. Yeah, this would have been a no-go today, but I'm trying to finish this flight today. And it is supposed to get better as we go south, so... That makes sense, yeah. I do not recommend flying like this in real life at all. Alright, we should also probably get an updated altitude from Jacksonville. See that we're going there, 125.85, right? Yeah. And let's see what they're saying.
Jacksonville Airport information whiskey 16000 Zulu. Wind tree.
How's it working for you? Is it Kai for say, or is it KY for say? I don't know.
Temperature 2 tree. Dew point 1 tree.
How's it working? That seems a little low on the RAM, especially if you ask me. But as long as it works.
Landing and departing runway 26. DSR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have whiskey.
Again, I am surprised we haven't seen a drop of rain yet. I have to get a pressure check here, so maybe I'm gonna turn in some clear shield here.
Airport information X-ray 1600 Zulu. Wind tree 00 at tree 5. Visibility niner. Sky condition clear.
This is terrible flying.
Temperature 2 tree. Dew point.
Oh, see, they're saying clear over there.
Altimeter 29.91.
29901. All right, we're good. Just want to make sure I don't be crashing in any terrain today. No, but seriously, let me know how that works for you. You must have that at low settings, at least. That's what I'm guessing. That wouldn't even... That'd probably, in my opinion, I'm not trying to poo-poo on any system here, but that'd be even hard to run prepared on, you know, even X-Plane. So, I don't know. But low settings, maybe? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, we're gonna really scud run this. Seeing that we're doing okay at 1200 for now, we'll stay here. But it's ominous storm clouds. And this was all foretold, by the way, Sky Vector, as I pointed out at the beginning of the stream. So it's not surprising, but we're pushing it when in the real world you would never push it. And we're only doing that because of the simulator, so. Alright, we're passing Hilliard, Florida. We're now in Florida. The upper portion of it, we're near Jacksonville. And we're really low. We want to stay out of the Jacksonville class Charlie, but we're so low that we could go underneath it. The outer ring at least, maybe, if I went just a little bit lower. But these winds have been a little issue with trimming and stuff like that. So. Alright, let's see what's going on here. I think the trim might be okay for a second. Yeah. Updrafts. That's storm activity for you. Stopping at Jumbo Lear, this is saying. I think that's saying Lakeland, honestly, but yeah, that's going right to Lakeland. So Jumbo Lear is only 39 minutes out, so we're almost there. And then John Travolta is going to hop in the plane. We're going to make our way to Lakeland altogether. So definitely do not recommend flying like this at all. you joined the broadcast, thank you for joining the broadcast. It's kind of a crappy weather day here in Florida, but we'll make it happen. Real world weather and time. So this is supposed to depict somewhat what it looks like in Florida right now. And real Florida weather. I mean, this definitely looks like Florida weather. Again, I'm just shocked and surprised that there's no rain. Yeah, a little turbulent here as well. That's from the storms. And we will have to deviate. Let me show you what's going on here. We will have to deviate around this little restricted airspace there. We're going to go to the west a little bit. We can go down there. There's also this big area here. I forget what this is. I think it's just military operations again. But we're going to be under 3,000, so that will help us on that. Or else we have to just make sure that everything's good still over there. Now we're at 1,300, so we'll trim down. Those are the updrafts again from storms. We're basically outside Jacksonville, which is out there in the distance. So that's Jacksonville. And we're making our way south. We'll evaluate the weather at Jumbo there when we get back there. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm heading a little to the west right now to avoid that restricted airspace I just showed you. Trim down. Trim down. Not too much. Two-year-old Maddie in the back seat. We wouldn't be flying on this one. We would not be flying on this, especially with my daughter. But alright, it's going to be a little bumpy, so strap in there. We're also going to get out of the White House NOLF airport. What do you call that? Kilo November, Echo November, excuse me. They have a Class D around here. But we are getting scud running pretty hard today just to make it to Lakeland, Florida and pick up John Travolta on the way. So. And if you're wondering where I'm lining up with, I'm lining up with my electronic flight bag. You see that? It gives me a flight path right to Jumbo there, again where John Travolta lives in real life. So we're going to follow that. The GPS on the plane is just pointing right to Lakeland, Florida, so we're not quite there yet. Trim down just slightly. And legally, could you do this? Yeah. Would you want to do it? Probably not. Probably not. It's just if there's an engine problem or anything, you need to find a place fast. And I believe it's about 1.5 minutes you have for every 1,000 feet, so. So right now I'd be heading for this little patch right here, if I had to, but it's pretty sketchy, you know. Even then you'd have to get there ASAP. So best gliding speed in this is 88. See it pitch up to hit 88. Then get over there. Oh, clouds got better. Well, let's get some altitude gaining here. I'm going to climb ever so slightly. We'll try to get to 2,900. I don't know what's going on with the weather right now. Look at Rex Weather Force. It's doing the Herlong weather. And looks like there's no clouds. Oh, sweet. I'm going to get to 2,900, so we have some altitude here. Okay, let's go to 92% power. Let's do a climb here. We'll keep this going as we go direct to Jumbo there. Boy, that was scary, huh? Well, look at that. Look, it just cleared up instantly. Trimming up. Going to 2,900 feet. I did file for 2,500, but any altitude is welcome. And again, anything below 3,000, you could be anywhere that you want to be. When you go above 3,000 or above, you actually have to follow some rules about visual flight on altitudes. All right, we're about 40 minutes out from John Travolta and Jumbo there. Do a landing there, park at his house, pick him up, and head right out to Lakeland. It's nice that the weather kind of gradually goes at you too, so you can see if clouds are coming at you, kind of. So go there. But Rex weather for us, I gotta be honest with you, it's been pretty good lately. It hasn't been that bad. So. All right. If I'm looking at Sky Vector, we're getting to that area now where there's going to be few clouds at 700, few at 9,000. That's at Keystone Heights. Kilo, actually, 42 Juliet up ahead, but we're going to have to avoid, again, that restricted airspace. So, we're getting to 2,900, so keep it there. Yeah, that's okay. Change it to 2,900. How's that? That way you don't beep at me all the time. Trimmed out, ever so slightly. I'm gonna build some speed. All right, I'll take a look at when I can, man. Trim down to power down to 75%, which is the recommended cruise power. Trim it down. Trim it down some more. All right. Open original so I can see this thing. Dory Funk defeated Nick Buckwinkle. That makes sense, if you ask me. Trim down. Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, I remember Abdullah. Defeated the Lawman. I don't remember the Lawman, but Harley Race. Yep. Defeated the Beast. That makes sense to me. The Garvin brothers defeated Terry and Rapid Ricky. Yeah, that was a tough one. Lil Mascaras defeated Rufus R. Jones. Those are the little filler fights there. Dusty Rose beat Ben the Wrestling Bear. That's awesome. Awesome. 1,500 people. You're gonna have to get your popularity up before you take bigger ones. So that's what I think. Trimming down here, trying to get to 2,900. Oh, you know, when you have the popularity up, it'll probably help you with retaining things like that too, you know? But yeah. I think you just gotta work on that popularity a lot, and then you're gonna get somewhere, if that makes sense. Alright, we're gonna be right outside the Class Delta for Cecil, Kilo Victor, Quebec, which will be off to our left. There's also some space rocketry or something that happens there. So that would probably be, let's see, it's not that far off, so be out here somewhere. Can't really see that in the simulator. Okay, trimming down just slightly, and hopefully it's a little bit less turbulent here. But those storms kind of passed by. I hit this at just the right time, so when I took that phone call before streaming today, it actually kind of helped me, because it helped the storms get a little bit more to the east. And just an update on where we are with all this. Here we are. These are the storms we kind of went through, and we're on our way to Jumbo Lair, which should be somewhere in the middle here in Ocala, Florida. So. That's White House, Nulf, which I have no clue what that means. Kilo, November, Echo, November. And then out there in the distance, it looks like that is Cecil, Kilo, Victor, Quebec. It's been a constant trimming battle here today, but I don't know. I think we got some pretty good weather now. Let's see if it holds. You see those storms on Fantastic are not really, they're a little delayed there too, so they probably passed by me a little bit more. Is the flight doable today though? Yeah. Is it smart to do it? Probably not. But it is what it is. think you'd see cars at this point, right? Again, I wish they had more car traffic in the simulator. They do, it's just, it doesn't show up as much as others. So, trim it up. Alright. This will be our last flight, again, into Lakeland, Florida, ultimately. Everything should be good. Again, we're right outside Jacksonville, which is out there in the distance. Probably can't see much of it, but it's out there. Northern part of Florida. Yeah, the other way. All the way. That's going to Lakeland. Again, we're deviating to Jumbo there, private airfield, to pick up John Travolta. So. Which is kind of on the way. It's a little to the west, but not that bad. Feels like a Monday to me. Does it feel like a Monday to anyone else out there? Because it really does. I don't know. We have vacation this week, so I'm glad it's not Monday, but still. Trying to see what that little airspace is here, this little orange box. But I can't see anything on the sectional. So I'm not sure if that's even there anymore. I have the updated sectional, it's not showing much. It has the class deltas right here. But I don't know what that orange box is. Trim it up a little bit. And a little more civilization here. We're not over total swampland, but there'll be swampland everywhere. It's Florida, you know. Very open, sparse region here with a lot of cities and towns on the way up. There should be cars on the highway, though, you would think, right? You see anything? I'm kind of bummed. There should be traffic, you know. It'd be nice to see some of that. All right, we went a little bit more to the west, so we can get around that restricted airspace. Now we're going to head down more south. So here we go. That is Route 301, Florida. How do you think you'd see cars? Kind of miffed. Kind of miffed about that. Alright, heading more south. So this is a hospital complex over here, which there is. That's on the sectional. Alright. Represented pretty well there. Trim up slightly. Things go well. The fuel pump should have been off. I totally forgot to turn that off. So now it's off. We're good there. We're heading on our way. We're 25 minutes out from picking up John Travolta and Jumbo there. And we'll pull right into his house. Like I said, his house is right off the runway there. So maybe I can show you on Google Maps. Just to give you an idea of the great John Travolta's house. I believe that he has multiple houses, obviously. But, there we go. It's in Ocala, Florida. Real life home. John Travolta. Heading west again, so. But, yeah. I'm trying to zoom out on only Google Map here. Let's take a look at it together, shall we? So here's the private runway. We're going to land in there. We're going to pull off on the one taxiway. And his house is actually right here. That's John Travolta's house. How can you tell? Because those are the jets he owns. And you can his driveway is basically just right in there. You pull right in there. And if you ever want to do this in the simulator, The only parking spaces they have at Jumbo Lair are these two places. So you're actually going to start at parking at John Travolta's estate right there. And it's a private residential flying community. So these other houses are part of it as well. But again, John Travolta probably being the most popular person there. I think the person that invented either Bowflex or something like that also has a place here. But pretty nice digs for my friend John Travolta, who seems like a pretty nice guy, you know. I don't know if I agree with the scientific thing, religion, but, you know, he seems like a pretty nice guy, and he does a lot for the flying community as well. So, John, we're coming for you. We'll be there soon. "23 minutes out from Jumbo Lair, 2,900 feet. Weather opened up greatly. Appreciated on that one because it was pretty bad coming out of Jessup in Georgia. And really northern Florida, right outside Jacksonville, is pretty bad. But we're still expecting some convective activity here. So we'll have to see what's going to go on here. And I'm going to leave that map up just for reference. But we'll get some radio for Jumbo Lair pretty soon. Again, we're a little bit to the west because you have some restricted airspace out here in the distance. And making our way. Let's get a... I don't know if we'll get any weather for Jumbo Lair. Nope, they don't have any weather. They have a 1227 on the CTAF. So let's try Williston and see if we can get that 118.425 so we know what to expect when we get there for weather. Yep. We'll see if we get that. Trim down slightly. Not picking that up. 118.425. All right. Let's try Gainesville. 127.15.
Gainesville Airport information India 1700 Zulu. Wind tree 2 and tree 2.
3-3.
Visibility 9er.
Just talking 3-6.
Clear. Temperature 24. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29.91.
9-1.
ILS runway 29er.
All right, so we're expecting probably runway 36 at Jumbo Lair, which means that we're going to have to figure that out as well. Let's see what it says in the chart supplement, which it's not official, but Aviair has it in here, so let's look at it together. No fuel. 2.7 runway. They have some field runways, I guess, too, but I don't know. It didn't look like that on the Google Maps there, so we're going to go with 36. Big runway, and again, that's why John Travolta is there, because he can actually fly jets into that, like airliner jets with a 7,000 foot long runway, 190 feet wide. It's private, and everything's a left pattern. That's what I was really checking, so we're good on that. And we're good to go. So I'll probably take a left 45 into there, so you can see any traffic in the pattern, but usually I would think there's not tons. And we are on CTAF, so get out of this restricted airspace area. It's a little bit more on course now. We got some low-hanging clouds there, so we'll stay up here for now, but we'll see what happens as we go. Few at 700, few at 9,000. Can't hear you. Now, do they have, just too phenomenal, if you're still on with me, do they have other animals other than bears that you can have them wrestle with? I'm wondering. I mean, the bear makes sense, but like, not an alligator or something, but like, I don't know. I don't know what else you could wrestle with, honestly. Again, we're making our way to Jumbo Lair for John Travolta. We're going to go around these clouds. They seem to be dissipating slightly in front of us. but we are gonna get away from the restricted airspace. So it's either we go above it or we go below it, and I'm gonna say above it if we have to. So it might climb to 4,500. Let's go to 19% power and climb. See where it climbs to with that extra power first. Again, we don't go to 100% on this because it will ruin the engine. Could I go to 100? Yeah, I could, but they only recommend doing it for at least 10 minutes at most. So, and we're still climbing, so it's like a cruise climb, if you will. Trim up. Don't want to go in restricted airspace, which is actually right after our left, so we gotta be careful. We're still out of it right now, though. Oh boy, those clouds are building up. Those clouds are building up. Yep, they're dissipating. That's a good thing. Alright, we're gonna climb a little faster here. 100% power. And climb. Again, only 17 minutes out for Jumbo Air. We're expecting runway 36. Turn off that taxiway and turn right into John Travolta's driveway and pick him up. And we're very close to the restricted airspace, which is right out here. So, I have to watch out for that. Maybe not totally legal. It's supposed to be 2,000 feet horizontally for 3FR, but in the real world, if you gotta get out of it and you can go up there, you'll be fine. Well, let's do it, you know. Climbing the 4,500. This is what the weather was going to be like in Florida today, but we're gonna do this. We'll definitely stay at that restricted airspace, which is good. We'll be flying right near Keystone, HTS, whatever that means. 42 Juliet. So if you did want to join us, by the way, on the flight here, we're going to land at Jumbo there, which is 17 Foxtrot Lima. And you will probably park at John Travolta's house if you start there. But we're going to pick him up, and then we're going to continue on to Lakeland, Florida, which you see, it's Kilo Lima Alpha Lima. So, all right, go to 19%, and then we're getting closer. There you go. Should be about 2,100 RPMs, which it is. And we'll stay at 4,500. We're a little safer right now. We'll have to see about maneuvering into Jumbo there, but we're still okay. There are breaks in the clouds that we can get underneath. And traffic pattern altitude at Jumbo Air would be 1,100. So we have some altitude to mess with here. All right, trimming down. And on our way to pick up John Travolta. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. This is going to be all over the place with clouds. But hey, I'll take it. So let's get more on track here. Going right to Jumbo there. I'm not following this magenta line on the G1000 because I'm using my electronic flight bag. So just again to show you how close we are, there's the restricted airspace that I was avoiding, that blue border. I'm going to go right down to Jumbo there. Right there. And then continue on to Lakeland. So Ocala, Florida is where we're heading. That's where we shall go. I've done this before. I actually started a flight at John Travolta. Oh, that's terrible. All right, we're gonna descend. No, we can't descend. Crap! We're above the clouds. All right, let's climb to 6,500. Full throttle. And we don't have any VAT sim controller here, so I'm just gonna go for it myself. 6,500. All right, it's gonna flash the screen because Vantastic's not working that well. Yes, okay. Boy, what a pain on that. But just as soon as it goes, it comes, it goes. That was pretty scary. In real life, you'd probably see those clouds a little bit more ahead of time, I gotta be honest with you. That's one of the limitations of simulation. Let's descend back down to 4,500 now. Hey! Well, happy birthday, Elite Gaming. And how are you doing today? Happy birthday. Trim down. 4,500. I wish I had a happy birthday. Maybe, give me a second here. I might actually have something for you. I can't promise it. I have to see what we got here. Let's see. Thought I had a button to push for birthdays. Looks like I don't. I'm going to descend down to 4,500. Oh, well, here you go. Happy birthday. Here you go.
You're the best. All right.
Yeah!
Nothing's gonna
Woo!
keep you down. You're the best.
All right. Hopefully I'll get a copy strike for that. But that's cool. It was worth it. But I am good. I am, we're going to finish this flight here and have some fun doing it because, again, we're going to pick up John Travolta at his house. So that's where we're heading right now. So, yeah. It's been an interesting flight. It would have probably been a no-go in the real world because these clouds have just been terrible. And we're actually going to descend all the way down to 2,500. So we're going to kick this back a lot. Just let it fall. Gonna let it fall. I'm going to trim up even a little bit. So I want to be about 700. Descending. And hopefully no clouds pop up while I'm descending. That's what I'm hoping. Because that would be bad right about now. Runway 36, we're going to slightly go to the east of Jumbo Lair. Actually, give me a second. I got to think about this. No, we're going to go to the west of Jumbo Lair and end up on a 45 to runway 36. So, right now we're passing some lakes here. I can't tell you what that is. It looks like it's Keystone Heights. That's the area we're in for Florida. And everything's going well. I have to stay out of the Gainesville class Delta, which is over there. That's Gainesville Regional. And we shall stay out of there. That's the inner circle right here. We don't want to go in there. We are above it, though, so we're still good if we did fly over it, but... Been a pretty interesting flight. I'm surprised we haven't seen any rain. And I love the rain effects in this. But now we're getting to the southern part of Florida, so it's getting better. Definitely Florida weather today, like I've been saying the whole broadcast. We got some clouds back there. All right, and again, we're going to be a little bit to the west of Jumbo Lair. Do we have any traffic finally? I've been wanting to see cars on like roads for like the longest time, but is that one? No, maybe. I really think they have to pick that up a little bit on the traffic. So just me. Pretty sure I have it on too. 100% I thought, but I'll have to double check that again sometime. Not now. That is what highway? Highway 301 through Florida. We've been following that down here. And we're going to be going below 3,000. We're starting a final descent. So let me put this on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lair.
as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened, and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
So, final descent into Jumbo Lair. I had the weather for Gainesville. We'll go back to it, just make sure I got the same stuff here.
Gainesville Airport information, Juliet 1700.
Oh, cool.
Wind tree 06 at tree 2. Visibility, niner. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 22. Dew point, 1 tree. Altimeter, 29.91.
901. Okay.
Runway.
Just checking. Winds sound about the same, so. How is it? How's the stream deck? I gotta be honest with you, I've had problems with Streamlabs OBS, so try it out. It might work for you. I had problems with it with the simulator. Other games I didn't have problems with it, so I'm on OBS. So I have both installed still though, because if it ever, if this one ever messes up, I'll try Streamlabs again, but it gave me a lot of problems. So, all right, we're gonna have to call our position pretty soon. We're 22 nautical miles out from Jumbo Lair. So I'll wait till about 15 or so. Again, we want to get down to, I'll stay right about here actually. Pick up the throttle to 75%. That's normal cruise. If anything, we'll climb back up to 2,000. I just want to have some altitude just in case there was an engine problem here. That is, let's see what that is. What lake is that? I can't even tell you, but there's Lake Olaklusa coming up in front of us here. And Orange Lake behind that, so. Actually, that is Lake Olaklusa right here, sorry. And then Orange Lake is right over there, so. Everything's looking pretty good. Weather cleared up. Grateful for that. John Travolta, baby, here we come. Thank you for letting me land and take you on this adventure. It was on the way, so. Jumble there, not that far off now. Give you a little look here. Right there, right past those lakes. We're going to be running runway 36 there. Whoop, whoa. Ah, get out of that. Okay. That's where we're headed. You will see John Travolta climbing the cockpit, by the way, so it's not just like, you know, fiction. He's actually going to be like sitting next to that way. He's going to be over there, so. Alrighty then. So we're leaving the Gainesville area and going to Ocala. His house looks okay in the simulator. Excuse me. It's generic building still, but you know, they got the gist of it. And the parking spaces in the simulator are at his house, which is quite interesting that they did that. But he told me his jets would be cleared from his driveway, so I can actually pull in there. So see what happens with that. Trim it down slightly. Then I'll have to refile for Lakeland on that sim as well. So, man, imagine getting invited. I mean, I'm talking for real now. Imagine getting invited to John Travolta's house. And he's like, "Yeah, come on in. We'll go fly, and we'll have a good day." That'd be amazing, just to fly with him as a pilot. You know, stories you could tell. Just saying. Take a look outside. Clouds in the distance, but we got through the worst of it, I think. Of course, that's my famous last words. That's the CTAF for some airport around here, because I have to stay on the VAT Sim CTAF. We're getting there. 60 nautical miles out. Get ready, John Travolta. It's amazing that this flight took place. This is the fourth leg and final leg, but that took it from Plymouth, Massachusetts, where I fly in real life. That's my home base in real life for now. And 4 legs to get down here in the Diamond 40. So, unless you count this as the fourth and then the fifth leg to Lakeland, but it's more of a stopover. Ugh, excuse me. Trim down slightly. Again, we'll be just saying to 1100. We'll get close to the jumbo there. With a 7,400 foot runway. Not too shabby. Imagine what you could do on that thing. Heck, you could probably land this, take off, land it again on that same runway in the same swipe. Not that I'm going to do that, by the way. And we don't have to taxi far because his house is right off the first taxi we have to runway, so. Imagine being able to fly up to your house. You just fly everywhere and fly up to your house. Oh, hey honey, nice to see you. That's another thing. Quite interesting. Alright, we'll start descent to 1500 at least. Let's kick back on the throttle a little bit here. We'll also do a fuel transfer while we're here. Again, the fuel is in the right wing, which then goes to the left, and you just want to balance it out the best you can. So that's just telling me that we had fuel transfer on. So trim down slightly. Oh man. Whew. All right, let's start going on a 45. It's out here in the distance, by the way, Jumbo there. So did show it earlier in the stream on Google Maps. I just want to focus on the flying right now. Here we go. Back up to 75. Should level off slightly. Trim down slightly. And we're going to turn more to Jumbo there now that we have almost a 45-degree angle ready to be established. Jumbo Lair traffic, Diamond 9er Echo Foxtrot, 14 miles to the northwest. We're going to be intercepting a 45 to runway 36. Jumbo Lair. Trim down just slightly. We'll keep the speed up, but we want to get down to 1100 to get closer. 5 minutes out. Pretty much on a 45 right now, so. In fact, it's right here on the GPS. That is Jumbo Lair, where John Travolta lives. Not that we can see it yet. We're about 12 nautical miles out. It's a big runway, though. So you think that you could see it. I'm guessing it's over there. As we get closer, it'll be better. Trim slightly, getting towards pattern altitude. But they're still selling plots here. If you ever want to buy a house near John Travolta and be able to fly in and out of your house, probably pretty expensive though, as you can probably tell. But you know, they are available. They have a couple lots still. In fact, I think they had problems selling them. Probably because the high prices involved. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to live out here. It's just me though. But John Travolta, privacy, it's kind of gated and everything, and lets him fly his jets like his actual airliners. Why not, right? All right, trimming up just slightly. You can stay at 1100 here. Jumbo Lair traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, 9 miles out on the 45 for runway 36. Jumbo Lair. Trim down. So how many of you knew that you could fly to John Travolta's house in the simulator? Did anybody know that? You should be seeing it pretty soon. Visually. That is it, I think, right there. So that kind of tells you where we are. Yep, that's it. We have a visual on the airport. We'll also call out at 5 miles and then 3 on the 45. Not that anyone's here, but just to make sure that we're good. Again, if you just tuned in, I probably said this 5 million times, but we're picking up John Travolta at his house first, and then continuing on to Lakeland, Florida, where Sun and Fun is ending today. Maybe not. We gotta look for this field here. Ah, maybe out there. We'll keep an eye out. I got my map happening here, so I'll find it eventually. But I know I'm at a 45-degree angle with the electronic flight bank, as you can clearly see right here. Really quick look. Bam. So trim up slightly. Down the power a little bit. We're getting near that yellow there. I don't like that. Jumbo Lair traffic. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, 5 miles out. 45 for runway 36. Jumbo Lair. That looks like it out there. Yep, that's it right there. That's definitely it right there. So we're good. And we're at pattern altitude already, so it's just an easy, let's just do the pattern here and get this done. What's up, No Star? Ion. Nothing much. Just picking up John Travolta. Same thing we do every day, right? No. But he will be joining us on the flight deck, if you will, once we pick him up. So, headset and all. Right on. That's right, man. You know, if you could have some fun, why not, right? It's kind of on the way to Lakewood, Florida, which again we'll be ending our flight with today. And again, it's amazing again to think that it only took 4 legs in the Diamond 40 to make it down here. One of them was a 4-hour leg though. That was kind of that was a little long. That was yesterday. But we're gonna finish it on the last day of Sun and Fun. Alrighty then. Gotta turn on downwind pretty soon. Jumbo Lair traffic. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, 2 miles out on the 45 for runway 36. Jumbo Lair. 7,000 foot runway. I am not. I just have my electronic flight bag on my tablet off screen. So that's what I'm working with right now. The G1000 helps too. But nothing really highly intricate here. We're turning downwind. Just doing manual flying, VFR. Got a little sketchy around Jacksonville. Some clouds. But that is Jumbo Lair. It is not closed in real life, so don't go by those yellow X's. That's only because basically that was temporary somewhere back when they had the satellite imagery. So don't go by that. Regardless, we're going to runway 36. So Jumbo Lair traffic. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot. Midfield left downwind runway 36. Jumbo Lair. And that's his house right there. So that's where we're going to go. Pull right off and pull in his driveway. Pick him up. That's fine, man. You know, honestly, that trumps anything right now. Just know that. But I appreciate you coming on the stream. You don't have to push yourself. I'd rather you actually get your instrument rating, honestly. So, all right, we're gonna slow it down just a little bit here. Start a slight descent. We'll do takeoff flaps when we're on base, and then we'll do full. We want to land around 75, but the flap extension's about 109. So, yeah. So just do you, man, and pass that thing. If you want to do me a favor, you pass that thing. All right, we're gonna extend the downwind here because again, I haven't really landed a Jumbo Lair in real life, and I've done it once on the sim. So, because it is a private airport, I'd probably be like arrested if I ever tried landing here because I thought they'd give me permission. But turning base. Yes, I would do the same. Yeah. You're gonna be fine. You just have to hit the books hard, get your deficiencies down, and you'll be fine. All right, back on the throttle here. Level out. 50% flaps. Double check it. Yes, takeoff flaps there. Manually looked. Turning final for Jumbo Lair. A little bit more throttle, not much. Jumbo Lair traffic. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot final for runway 36. Jumbo Lair. Here we come, John. Full flaps. And we want to get down to about 75. So a lot less throttle. Standard descent. Coming a little fast, but it is a 7,000 foot runway, so I doubt we're going to have any problems. Just saying. And welcome to Jumbo Lair, John Travolta's house, everybody. All right, let's kick that speed down a little bit. There we go. Not that 80's terrible. 75 is better. 78 is what they say the approach speed should be full flaps. So doesn't take much, does it? Trim up a little bit. Here we go. That looks pretty good. A little bit of throttle. Throttle out pretty soon. Right about now, because we're a little high. Just a little high, not much. Hand on the throttle in case I do need it. Leveling out. Flare. Flaring still. And nice landing. All right, there's only one way to turn off this thing, so I'm going to turn off and go to John Travolta's house. We might have to do a back taxi. I'll do the back taxi. We're a little fast. Flaps up. Jumbolier traffic. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot. Back taxiing on runway 1836 to taxi off the runway. Jumbolier. These rudder pedals, I mean, they're like wicked sensitive. So that's why we kind of skid it that way. But just go with it, okay? All right, Nick, you did get your welcome, by the way. Thank you. Beautiful dismount. I'll give it a 10. And we're going to literally pull right into his driveway. He left the gates open for me and everything. So we'll pick him up. No refueling. We won't need it anyways. And I forgot to turn off the fuel transfer, but that's okay. It's off now. And it'll be burned on the way down to Lakeland once we get to John Travolta's house. Thank you. All right, he's the first one on the left over here. It looks like a factory, but that's actually his house. Well, it's not my home. I just got invited to pick him up for a trip to Lakeland, so. But all right, we're going to pull to the left side where there is fuel over there because they put that in simulator, but I don't know if he'd have fuel. I got a guy waving me down here, so let's go pull over there. John wants me over here. So, all right, going straight. Slowing down just a little bit. I don't want to run anyone over. That'd be bad. That'd be nothing but tabloid news. 7 o'clock news. Diamond 40 kills Air Marshal at John Travolta's house. That'd be bad. That would not be the way to do this. And good. All right. He's supposed to tell me to turn it off. Come on. Tell me to turn off my engine. Do that little crazy thing. There we go. All right. I'm crazy, yo. No, I'm just trying to turn off the engine. Let's go to our checklist. I'll show it to you too as well. And then John will be out shortly, so. All right. Let's stop the plane so we can actually get in it. I mean, he'd probably get in with the engine on, knowing his adventurous self. But, all right. Descent, approach landing, go around. No. After landing, power lever, idle, brakes is required, transponder. I'm going to leave it on. Oh, no, we should turn it off. And I might use his bathroom really fast. I got to be honest with you. So let's leave it standby. Pitot heat off. Good. Avionics as required. Let's just try. Flaps are up. Fuel pumps are off. I should have turned them on. I forgot that again. Parking brake set. That it is right there. Power lever up to 10% load for 1 minute. Engine indications check. ELT is not. I'll have to check on COM 2 here. Give me a second. I'm going to monitor that from now on. I should have been monitoring that all along. Turn COM 2 on. I don't hear the ELT, which is good. Avionics master off. Avionic master off. That's my radios. Electrical consumers off. Everything but strobe on the lights. And turn them off. All right. That's good. That's good. Anything else I can turn off electronics-wise? I don't think so. Okay, engine master off. I get this wrong in the last flight. So turn off the engine. Took us about, an hour and 13 minutes to make it to John Travolta's house. There's some pretty bad weather earlier. Strobe off. Okay, and electric master off. And now, I think I see John coming our way. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my distinct privilege to welcome aboard John Travolta, everyone. John Travolta. John, how you doing, bud? How you doing? All right, you ready to go to Lakeland? Let's go to Lakeland. Let's make it happen. But Nick, make that thing. Pass it. You got to pass that, so make it happen. All right? What we'll do for our viewing audience, so I'm going to show you. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to show you his house. So here's Jumbo Lair. We landed 3.6 right here. And we literally did about a 360 right here and turned it around. Again, pulled into his driveway. So this is really where his jet would be. His big Qantas jet. And then he has a little business jet that usually goes there. I don't know if he has fuel on that thing. I got to be honest with you. So, but it's a pretty nice house. Let's see what it looks like in the simulator versus the actual Google. Oh, I thought it was so real. I was clicking on my tablet on the broadcast. That was terrible. All right. Let's see. No, I don't want that. I want to send the drone out. But John's going to be ready to go. He's just getting situated in the cockpit as we do this. And yes, that is his house in the simulator. Again, not thinking that there's fuel there in real life, but there could be. I wouldn't put it past them. The rest of the Jumbo Lair Estates is right here. So, again, I think the guy that invented Bowflex lives here too. So, but we'll be starting it back up here and making our way out. Again, runway 18 is not closed in real life, so disregard that yellow X. We're gonna take off from runway 36 either way, so we're okay. And this is Ocala, Florida. So, John Travolta's house. Let me get the right angle here too. I got that type of angle in the simulator. So not too shabby. And we're parked right outside his house, right there in the Diamond 40. Alright, so how about we get this thing going on to Lakeland, Florida, shall we? Let's do it. Checklist. Again. Before starting engine. Blah, 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 blah. No, I can't do that. I actually have to really get that in there. So, drone cam off. John Travolta, excuse me while I start this up. Pre-flight check will pretend it's completed. Baggage tow bar, good. Fuel valve, normal and secured. Very good. Power lever, idle. Parking brake is set. Alternate air is closed. That would be this thing right here. Electric master is off. Avionic master is off. Essential bus is off. That's in case you need it for an emergency. Alternate static would be a thing over here that they don't have in the modeled in the plane, so that we're going to pretend is closed. Engine master is off. It isn't guarded. Motor switch, it doesn't work in even this mod that I have for the Diamond 40, but usually you'd have a switch that you'd flip onto auto. Fuel pumps are off. All light switches are off. Good. Emergency switch off and guarded. Again, that's in case you lose power. They have emergency power to power the horizon and stuff. ELT is armed. Circuit breaker is checked in. We're good. Flap selector up. It is. Pitot heat is off. Fuel transfer is off. That'd be this button. Sorry. Yeah. External power none. Electric master to go into on. So one switch to the right. Make sure that both of these screens are working. No Star Ion, thank you for following me on Twitch. Great to have you aboard. Pedals, feeling good. Passengers been instructed. Seatbelts fastened. Rear door closed. Latch. Front camping position. G1000 powered and acknowledged. It is, and the inset's off. Yeah, because I hate that thing. Master flight display, electronic information, engine information system, and fuel. Looking good. We're not refueling or anything, but it is full on the left, which is where it draws its fuel from, because I did a fuel transfer as we came in. Fuel temperatures checked. It'd have a glow if they were glow, which is the thing that heats up the fuel, but the fuel temp's pretty good. We are in Florida. Again, master flight display, power lever, idle, ACL. Oh, whoa! What did I just do? I turned off the electrics. No, strobe's going on. All right, that's my anti-collision lights, by the way. Strobe. All right, we're still good. Starting the engine. I'm gonna clear prop when I'm about to turn it on. Engine master is going on. They guard that because you can turn it off by turning it off, obviously. Enunciation, engine instruments were checked. We're in the green. The coolant temp could be better, but we'll see what's happening there once you start it. Low indication would be here. It's off. Start key to start. So clear prop. Let's start it. John, here we go. I'm gonna make this happen. All right. Oil pressure outside red in 3 seconds. It is. That coolant temperature is going up, which is good. Voltage, electrical load, but there's no way of checking it in the flight simulator. Usually there's a bus thing on some G1000s, but enunciation, instruments look good. External power not used. Oil pressure checked again. It's good. 710 plus or minus 30, and the RPM's good. Circuit breakers we check in again in case you popped anything when you turned it on. Pitot heat on just to make sure it's working and nothing pops in the circuits. Good. Off. Avionics master on. That's the radios. And I should be good because I left it just like we had it last time. All right, FMS flight management system. It's In case I got the card in there with the maps. Flight plan's already in there. No, it's not. So I'll have to reprogram that. Let me do that now. KLAL. Oh, wrong button. No, stop zooming out. Just go to K. Fine. I'll just tap you. It's fine. K. On the side. LAL. Very good. Next. LAL. Alright, enter, enter, enter. It's pointing to Lakeland, Florida, our ultimate destination. And no Star Island, I will. So I will see you in the future then. But thank you for following me on Twitch. It's great to have you join the stream. Alright. Flight plan radios, performance, we're good. Autopilot, testing. It's disconnected. We're connected. Flight director, we gotta check that as well. Usually I have to turn it off because it's a bug with the simulator. Flight director going on now. It's working. Powered off. Call autopilot test completed. You did! I'm on the last leg. We just picked up John Travolta. We're at his house. We're gonna go to Lakeland, Florida. So autopilot test completed. Floodlight on. I'm turning all the lights on. That's what I do at this point. So, and everything is on. All right, good. Flaps full travel check, then take off. So we don't want to kill John Travolta. No one cares about me, but John Travolta, you get a accident with him and he dies, you got problems. We're on takeoff now. Altimeters were set. Should be 290, 901. Last time I checked, good. Standby horizons checked. It's good. Transponder, we got a squawk 1200. Alt 1200. I told you we'd fly with John Travolta again, and we did. Engine temperatures checked. We're in the green. Coolant temperature went up. That's just good to see. All right, parking brake released. We'll check the brakes on our way out. This is Jumble Air at John Travolta's house. We'll take a turn to the right. Let's go right. Don't want to crash into anything because that'd be a lot of money. And we should be good. So here we go. Parking brake off. Heading to the right. And we'll check the brakes on our way over here. Brakes are good. All right, John, let's do this, baby. Lakeland, Florida. Here we come. It must be a bugger if you have other people coming from their houses with the planes. So, all right, here we go. Should probably do a run up before we do anything too. I know it's kind of a pain, but we should do it. Because that's what I would do in the real world. If you shut off the engine, you just don't want to test it again. So, if I kept it running, then I wouldn't have. But John had to get in the plane, so. And we'll call that we're back taxiing to runway 36 over there. No one's really using the airport, so we're just going to go with it. Is that a WrestleMania? Or is that Worksmania? You decide. Jumbo Air traffic, Diamond 9er Echo Foxtrot with VIP. Back taxiing runway 36 for run-up area. Jumbo Air. I won't say that VIP again, but sorry, John, I know I embarrassed you. I'm sorry. 190 feet wide, 7,400 feet long. Kind of looks like a parking lot with this Diamond 40, but it's cool. There's a little semicircle at the end here. That's where we're going to do the run up into the wind. Take the runway and make it happen to Lakeland, Florida. Second time ever I've flown to Jumbo Air on the simulator. Probably never going to do it in real life because I'd probably be arrested, like I said earlier. So, still no air traffic control on VATSIM, but that's okay. That's all right. Never know. They might pop up on there. But we'll be going to the Tampa area because that's where Lakeland is. It's towards the Tampa area. We're going to go right past all this, right to this area over here and do a run-up. That, I believe, is the banquet hall. Like, it's kind of like a country club. That's like the clubhouse. They have like a banquet area and stuff like that. I actually looked at this place. Not that I was ever going to live there because obviously I can't afford it. Probably trying to clear shale now that it's not as cloudy. It's funny. It was like grumpy weather. Yeah. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we're going to Lakeland, Florida together. Me and John are becoming very good friends.
Perhaps a little more room here for the
There you go. Good
fixins.
Fixins has joined the broadcast, everybody.
We're gonna have a lot of fixins.
We're gonna have so many fixins up in this mother. You clean those fixins up right now.
Yeah, big boy. From now on, you gotta clean up your own fixins.
Good Fixins, I still think that's the best sound I have for anybody. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't mean to make other people jealous, nor degrade the quality of the other sounds I have for frequent viewers, but that one I think is the best one ever. So, alright, we're going to pull right here and go north. Man, these rudder pedals are sensitive. Alright, run up. Before takeoff, parking brake set, seat belts fastened, adjustable backrest upright, rear door closed latch, front cabin closed latch. Door warning light off. Circuit breaker is checked. They're good. Much rather pitot heat on because I'm kind of tired of seeing the warning thing flashing. Door warning light off. Circuit breakers checked. Electric elevator trim checked and takeoff set. It is. So we're good there. Fuel valve check. It's on set on normal. It is. Flaps check for takeoff. They are. Flight controls. Free and correct. Good there. Power lever idle. Is master flight display, electronic engine information system, and all that stuff is looking good. Engine instruments checked, everything's in the green, stuff like that. All right, good. Voter switch, again, we don't have one of those, even though this is a mod. Neither is the Microsoft. It just says in up on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Last time I checked. ECU test. This is like the run up for the engine. We just hold this button down, and then the engine control unit tests itself. So. It'll fail, it'll rev up to 1900 twice, and then I'll check ECU A and do the same thing, and once it passes those tests, it is good to go. That's it. It's kind of like the run-up in a Cessna where you go to 1700, and then you check the magnetos. That's what it's doing there. All right, ECU test performed. Pitot heat as required. Just put it on because I don't want to see the warning. Transponder, we're checking that we're alt in 1200. Yep, available power check. This is to make sure we have enough power on takeoff. They have a whole bunch of performance charts. But we're going to go to 100%, not more than 10 seconds. Should go to about 100. There we go, 2300 levels out. That's what we're looking for. Okay, below, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Load indication, stay was at 88 to 100. Power lever idle. Master flight display looks good. Fuel pump's going on. I got to remember to turn them off this time. Parking brake release, we're good to go. We're going to rotate at 67, climb at 72, and then we're going to retract the flaps eventually, go to 92% power, and that's above a safe level. We're going to turn the fuel pumps off. So remind me to turn the fuel pumps off if I don't touch them after I retract the flaps. And then cruise climbs at 88 knots at 92% power. Again, you could burn out the engine if you leave it at 100% for more than like 10 minutes or something like that. It's in the POH. But here we go. Jumbo Lair traffic, Diamond Niner Echo Foxtrot, departing runway 36, departure to the south. Jumbo Lair. And we're going to use all the runway, even though it's a 7,000. Good one.
Take off!
Good one. See, this is what we miss when Good Fixins isn't here until halfway through the broadcast. Now, even though it's 7,400 feet, we're going to use every single engine, so we have more time to abort the takeoff in case there's a problem. But we should be good. John, let's go. Here we go. Full power. Rotate 67, climb at 72. And do all the other stuff I already went through in my head. That's why I read it off to you. And rotate. We didn't even make it to the runway. You see that? That's amazing. We should be about 12 degrees to keep 72. So that's what we're going to do. That's an amazingly long runway. But he needs that for his private airliners, right, John? And that's why he bought his house here, I believe. I think that's a big motivating factor. All right, there's Class Delta on our left, so we have to be careful of that. But other than that, it's a left pattern altitude, left pattern out of this place. So we will see what we can do and be careful, not go there. I'm gonna climb to pattern altitude first, 1,100 feet, then take that left turn. Okay, I think we're at a good height. We're gonna retract the flaps. 92% this. And what do I have to turn off? The fuel pump. I'm gonna do that right after I get this at 92%. Good. And we should pick up a little speed and go to 88 on a cruise climb. But that was Ocala, Florida, and John Travolta's house, who's now taking the trip with us. Pleasure, John, to Lakeland, Florida. All right, 1,100 feet. Look on the left. We are clear. I forgot to refile my flight plan. See that? That would be terrible right now. So let me fix that really quick on VATSIM. That was terrible. Should take a spot an hour. And I'll just do it right from there. Good enough. Alright, we're going to make a really big swing here because I want to be over that delta, which has a ceiling of 1,500. So actually, we're going to be good. Wow, I thought it was going to be like 2,500.
We got a secret weapon. God is our co-pilot.
Wow.
You'll need it.
Alright, we'll head out a little bit here.
God is our co-pilot?
That's right.
Huh? Remember our car?
Yeah?
2 seats?
2 seats.
Where's he gonna sit? Where?
Goodbye, Jumbo there. John's going to have a private charter back here after. We're just going to enjoy the events in Lakeland. Even though it's the last day, we wanted to just pop in there. And I'm sure that no one's going to mind John Travolta showing up at Sun and Fun. So, all right, believe it or not, it's only like an hour flight. So, see, now we got the clear skies, though. I don't know. We might go to 4,500. Let me amend that flight plan here. Let's go to 4,500. We'll stay kind of low, but yeah, you know, get a little extra altitude there in case we have any issues. So again, the worst thing we can do is crash land with John Travolta in the plane. I bet you he'd take over and we'd be fine anyways, but I'm just saying. Okay, trimming up. My trim wheel just went crazy again. That's what you just saw there, so just go with it. Okay. Right about there. Looking good. Alright, we'll get a direct flight right here. Alright, on our way. And Jumbo there right off our left. We're climbing a little too high, so I'm going to trim down there. Probably should also set this for 4,500. Just in case you want some autopilot on the way down. Up, trim up. Let's go. 92% load. Not 93. There we go. Up, up. 2,100 RPMs. That's what they like to see on that. Then we'll kick it back to 75%. Trim up. The winds have been like crazy on the trimming here, so just go with it. We're gonna fly right over Ocala, Florida too, so we'll see what that looks like. Believe it or not, I feel like there's a wind from our right pushing us. So, kind of. It's a 19 knot headwind. And we'll turn more on course here. Unless my rudder pedals are messed up, which they could be, but we're gonna go with it, I guess. It could also be the natural left turn, torque effect, if you will. So, because we are at a high angle of attack here. Alright, trim down slightly, build some speed. Lakeland, Florida, here we come. GPS here is saying 58 minutes. Electronic flight back saying about the same. And we have that headwind slightly from our right, so. I should do that, maybe. I gotta get a nice picture of him to put in the cockpit, though. I guess I could get one. There's a couple of them. I'd ask for his permission first, obviously. So. Alright. We're at 75% power. Did I see the show? What show is that? No, I think he would, you know. Put a shopping cart in the back, too. No, I did not see the show that you booked. Did you put it off topic? You mean what you did post? Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I gave a whole like breakdown of it. I guess you weren't here when I said that. The wrestling beer, understood that was defeated and all that stuff, and I thought it was pretty good. I thought the weak fights were obviously the ones with like oh god, was it Makarez there? And then you said one person just kind of like didn't show up. So, but you got to work on that popularity there. But yeah. And Dory Funk beating Nick Bockwinkel. No. But yeah, I think you just got to keep working on that popularity to build up that audience there. We're talking about a wrestling simulator that he used, by the way. We've got trimmed down to 4,500. Which, if you're in my Discord, it's on the off topic, so you can check out the latest matches that Just Too Phenomenal planned in the wrestling simulator. All right, come on, let's go. Trim down. Here we go. We're over Ocala. I want to get it. Got trimmed down though. So this is Ocala, Florida, right here. Very nice scenery. Jumbo there, right north of that. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, trim down these winds, I swear. Come on. Work with me, not against me. Not that much of a descent. We're about 700. Come on. Trim is always tough at first on this simulator. I know in real life you fight it a little bit, but it's not like this. I can see that. In person should cost more, and the TV will get your publicity up probably, I think. Okay, well, say goodbye to Ocala. Ocala International. We're not in Class D, by the way, because their ceiling's at 1,500. It's kind of weird. That makes sense, too. Yep, you gotta dangle the carrot to get them in there. And that looks like some type of housing complex. Very Florida-ish, if you will. Yeah, we're on our way. Lakeland, Florida. Little short jump. Now that we're at cruise speed almost, we're 146 knot ground speed and about half hour out. So you can see why it wasn't a problem taking John today to Lakeland, Florida with me. This will conclude our Southern Fun flights, so I hope that people have enjoyed them. I just wanted to give myself an excuse to get down here. Well, I think that's an awesome match, and I'm not just saying that. I think it's a great match, so. I mean, I can just picture Dusty Rhodes fighting a bear. That would be amazing. You know? Just saying. You know, that is boxing. I could see that happening with the Dusty Rhodes wrestling a bear, so. I pulled out my soundboard again. We did it one time on the stream with my son doing it, but he was overdoing it, and then like there's some that I had to like not use because it gives you copyright strikes, but something like that, I don't think that's that bad. Even if it does, we'll see what happens. So that he is. Yes, you are correct for WCW. You are correct. Trimming up just slightly, stay at 4,500 on our way to Lakeland, Florida, and it should be smooth sailing from here on out. Just Lakeland's a Class Delta, and I'm pretty sure if it was real life with the Sun and Fun, there'd be a certain way of entering it, but we're just going to land there like normal. So they had an event on VAT Sim. Was it Friday? It might have been Friday or Thursday for Sun and Fun, but I wasn't going to make it there. I wanted to just have a reason to take this route all the way down to Florida and maybe not whack John Travolta in the head, you know. But it's been pretty cool. And to take the Diamond 40 has been awesome, too, as well. So if you do want to join us really fast, you're going to have to join us really fast. I'm on the East server. Let's say load up at Inverness, Kilo, India, November, Foxtrot. You can do like a 20-minute flight with me down to Lakeland, where the Sun and Fun is wrapping up today in real life. So, but again, if you weren't here for the beginning of the broadcast, I did sign up last night to be a media broadcast partner of the FS Expo, and I won't be attending in person. 2 reasons: one, San Diego, and 2, COVID. You know, I'm not going to put my family at any type of risk, even though it's probably going to be fine. And probably just going to try to meet with some of the people there online, you know, virtually, and we'll do that. So, oh wow, Jerry Lord, 5 months. Wow. I would say so, yeah. I think he's one of the more successful wrestlers of all time. And he carried that over into the broadcast booth. I mean, yeah. But I thought he was a pretty good wrestler, too. Trim it up. Sorry, John. You got some iced tea in your cup holder over there. You're fine. Don't worry. I gave you a fresh one. I didn't just pour my bottle in there that I've been drinking from. Be careful, I might be trying to sell that cup on eBay after saying John Travolta drank from this. It'd be like a holy grail. Alright. I can see that, yeah. I think a Jerry Lawler with like an older aged wrestler in your roster that was famous, but maybe not on the cusp of being like he lost his fame a little bit due to old age would be cool. So, and no foul language. Sorry, that's a buffer we have on there. Just because I don't mind the occasional slang word, but I gotta watch it because sometimes my kids are up here. That's all. Right, well, 58 nautical miles away from Lakeland, Florida. It's a straight shot down. There's really nothing blocking us airspace-wise, so we can do the VOR to Lakeland too, so let's do that. Let's get some VOR practice here. Where are we going here? There it is. 116.0. That will give me VORs. Turn on nav 1. I think that was nav 1, right? Yeah. Where's the nav button on this thing? Nav 1, there we go. And I'm going to turn down that volume so I don't have to hear it the whole time, but I should probably check that just to make sure it's right. That is correct. That is the Lakeland Vortac. All right. Nav radio. Where's the volume for the nav? There we go. Alright, and now we can change this from GPS to VOR1. And we want to enter that at approximately 354 degrees. So we'll set the course, which is I think what it is, to 354. And I don't really know what it looks like on the Diamond 40. I gotta be honest with you, so we'll take a look at it. Let's go. Course 354. And that arrow is pointing to, which is what we want to see. There we go. So see how that's the 2 arrow? 2 intercepting the 354 radial makes sense. So if this green line's straight, it means we're right on that radial of the VOR. But just backup, you know. They don't have a backup OBI or anything though. So, all right, good fixins. It's all right. I appreciate you coming on the stream whenever you can. And don't forget to leave that flying monkey though. I always look forward to the flying monkey. So, but I do appreciate you coming out. There you go. So you let the flying monkey out of the suit. That's kind of his calling card. But thank you for all your help. Really appreciate it. And that's talking straight from the heart. All right, it's trimming down to get to 4,500. And the weather certainly did open up as we get here, huh, John? North of your house there was pretty bad. All right, off to our left, what you're seeing there is, if I can, is Leesburg, Florida. Over there, so that's where we are. Yeah, I'm trying to read the chat there because I didn't catch your last comment. Ah! Stop it. Alright, so anyways, that was the quote from Terry Funk. It's Terry Funk's fault, though. I get it now. I get it. Alright, well, thank you for staying on the stream. I hope that we're having a good flight here. It's not going to take much longer now. We're only about 23 minutes out from Sun and Fun at Lakeland, Florida. Just right outside Tampa. We have the Nav1 tuned to the VOR there. So that's an alternate way of getting there. If I hit the nav button on the autopilot and turn it on, it'll probably just fly there all the way. And we'd be fine, but we're good. That's the 2 indicator. And getting used to that because I fly Cessnas in real life, 152, 172. So it's a little looking differently, obviously, than the G1000. Trim down a little bit. We have John Travolta on board. If you weren't here earlier, we picked him up at his house, and we just continued on our way. Let's go to Lakeland, Florida. Yeah. Well, again, I'm just trying to hit other things off the stream, and it's scrolling in and out. 4,500. Still gonna trim down just a little bit. And John Travolta on board. Hey, by the way, Just Too Phenomenal. I should have used this yesterday, but here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're all good. We're making it there. We're going to start a descent when we're about 20 nautical miles out. We get this thing going. That sim, not showing much. I'll show you this as well. That is the remnants of the storms that we saw earlier in our flight. And again, we're going on to Lakeland. No one else seems to be in the area. Tampa is pretty full over there. There we are. November 4800 Foxtrot, Lakeland being right there. Pretty cool. More than enough fuel on this flight, but I always take full fuel whenever possible. Means more time in the air, which means more safety, you know? Looking pretty good. Trim up slightly. November 145, Papa Charlie. Let's see what that airplane is. I like to put these in flight radar 24, or 24 as we like to call it. November 154, Papa Charlie is a Piper. That's a real-world flight, by the way. That's what these are. If you don't see these are online players on Microsoft Flight Simulator. These are real-world flights that they pump in there. So that is a private owner aircraft, Piper Aztec. And it's going to Winder in Florida, from Sarasota to Winder. And again, I have this wonderful app called Flight Radar 24, and it's pretty cool. It tracks real-world flights, so it does a nice job. This is actually where I'm at in Plymouth. So anything out of Plymouth. My house is somewhere in that blue dot region. I'm gonna just keep moving that around in Dayton, Massachusetts. But you can see what aircraft are overflying you and stuff. It's a pretty cool app to have. So. All right, making our way there, trimming up. Boy, the weather just got way better. If you were here earlier in the flight, which I'm sure that most of you weren't, but it was wicked overcast. I had to go down to like 1,500 feet to stay under the clouds. It was pretty bad. Florida weather. Got some farms and stuff down there. Oh, excuse me. Must be nice to live a half hour away from sun and fun. That's what I think. Trim it up. God, it's 2 o'clock, Eastern Daylight Time already? Real life? We're in real life time, by the way, and also real world weather with Rex Weather Force, which has been working pretty good. We got Leesburg Regional in there right now for weather. Few at 8,000. I don't know if I see a few at 8,000, but oh, hey, there's the moon. Trimming up a little bit more, trying to get to 4,500. That gold bar, by the way, will show you our destination information. Let me make sure I fixed that. I think I did. Yep, it's pointing to Lakeland from Jessup, so I just left it there. But when that gold bar on top extinguishes, excuse me, we'll be at Lakeland, Florida. So we're not that far out. Should be there about 16 minutes or so. 4 legs from Plymouth, Massachusetts, my real life home base, for flying to Lakeland, Florida in the Diamond 40. Not too shabby. As far as hours, probably about 8 to 10 total to get here on the flight path I chose. But it's pretty good. We're right outside the Tampa Bravo. Excuse me. Tampa being that way, and Lakeland kind of being over here. Very nice area. Last time I went to the Tampa area, though, I think it was 1996, so it's been a while. It's been quite a while. Oh, there are those clouds. And trim down. Again, we'll start ascent pretty soon. We're 35 nautical miles out. And I gotta stretch the shoulders here. Whoa, boy. I don't know how your Sunday's going, but after I get done with this broadcast, I have to research brakes for my wife's car and see if I can get some work on them tomorrow. So, cheaper to do it yourself, you know. But she said they're pretty bad. I have to go see which one she needs to. She said the front, but I like to check still. Not that I don't trust her, just to really make sure I got it right. Excuse me. John seems to be enjoying the flight down here. Thank you for again joining me, John. That was very nice of you. Thank you for your hospitality at your house, being able to land there, private airfield. Boy, what a nice day to fly now. If you didn't see the beginning of the broadcast, make sure you look at it from before, because it was pretty bad. It was pretty brutal getting out of Jessup, Georgia. Minutes out. Oh, you see the stretch. Oh man, I have some private messaging going on here. What's this? Nope, it's just not matching models like I asked it to. So we're doing okay. It's all good. That must be from Tampa, by the way, which again is off to our 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, more like 1 o'clock. Trip down slightly. Okay, apologize for the yawning. Ugh. Last time we flew down here was an event with the Rich USA Flying Club to Tampa. It was for the Super Bowl. We had a little fly-in to Tampa, and I actually picked up John then too. So he is on his second flight with me. The first one must have not been too bad. Yeah, I'm not going out there. Sophia earning her S2 rating at ULLI, which I have no clue where that is. That's got to be Russia? Guessing? Not positive on that, but could be. Alright, well, pretty soon we'll start descent. We can start descending now, actually. Let's go down to 2,500. Let's do that. So I'm going to just ease up on the throttle here. And we're setting down into Lakeland with John Travolta on board, everyone. For people that maybe didn't see me stop earlier, I stopped at his house, picked him up, and we're on our way. So... literally following this little road down there. I don't even know what it's called. It's not on the sectional. Oh, wait. Well, there was Route 75 next to us, but that's more to the right. Lakeland, Florida's Class Delta is 2,600 feet below. And let's see if we get some weather there. So... Alright, let's go chart something. If I can't find it on the chart because it's all crowded in there, do it here. Alright. AWAS 118.025. Yeah, there we go.
Lakeland Airport,
I have
Charlie 1800 Zulu.
Samsung Tab S6 because I don't like Apple products.
Visibility, niner.
And I use a free app with that called Avere. So I actually have a video on that which I'll share with you in a second. So give me a second.
Visual runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27.
Alright, 27.
VFR aircraft say direction of
Gotta
flight.
write this stuff down.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Charlie.
Should write that down. We have Charlie.
Lakeland Airport information.
But yeah, I'll show you this.
1800 Zulu. Wind tree 05 at 20. Visibility niner. Sky condition clear. Temperature 25. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29.88. Visual runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27.
That's why I have the
VFR aircraft
S6
say direction of
S
flight.
Pen.
All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial
And
contact.
Avere lets
have
you write
Charlie.
right on it. So there we go. Alright, back to VATSIM Unicom. I got my...
Information,
Oh,
Charlie,
I did that bug again. Give me a
1800.
second. Ah.
Lakeland Airport
Yep.
information.
There we go. Alright, so we're setting down. We have Charlie. We're expecting runway 27, which according to the chart supplement is, I think, a left pattern. Left pattern, yeah, we're good there. Alright, and we will, I'm going to use Microsoft Flight Simulator's air traffic control to help me guide me in here. But this is Avere. This is my real-world tablet that you see mirrored to the broadcast. So the outline of the tablet, I made that up for like an overlay, but it's the real screen of my tablet there. And Avere is a free program, A-V-A-R-E. Let me see if I can get that link to where I explain how to use it with a simulator. But I use this in real life too. because that's a program that hooks up to the GPS of the tablet. I do not like iPads. That's just me, but I don't fly enough to have ForeFlight, because that is like the predominant, like you should get that. Avera's free, and it does a great job for what I use it for. But let me, I'll try to get that video for you. But and this is right from the Eric Flight channel here, which I have to spice up a little bit. So, Avera. There we go. All right, let me get to the editing details. I'll copy it over. And I'll send this link right now. So check out this thing. It only works on Android, that Avera app. But go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you think of it. We're just saying down to 2,500 for Lakeland. We'll call about 15 nautical miles out, so about another 2. And even though I'll be using Microsoft Flight Simulator to simulate air traffic control, I will have to call out that sim. What is tower frequency anyways? The trucks again. Tower is 124.5. Right. So we'll do that and have that on. All right, let's call up the tower. Get that going. Lakeland. And this is, oh, there it is. Alright, full stop landing with Charlie.
Lakeland Tower Diamond November 489er Echo Foxtrot is 16 miles north with Charlie to land.
Alright, I'm going to go back to the
Diamond
full view
November
here.
489er Echo Foxtrot.
Left traffic,
Lakeland
runway
Tower.
27.
Make
All right.
left traffic, runway 27.
2988.
Altimeter 29.88, wind 304 at 20.
Roger, runway 27.
Make left traffic runway 27 Diamond 9er Echo Foxtrot.
Come on, let's go. Ah, it's not letting me do it. Alright, so pattern altitude here is... I can't find it on this section here, so let's go to try something again. Pattern altitude is 1,150. So it's like Plymouth, Massachusetts. Cool. Alright, we're gonna land runway 27. So what we'll do is we'll go left 45. We're going to go a little bit to the west here. So we got a good angle there to do that. Increase this a little bit as we're still descending slightly. Sir Skidmore, let me know how that goes. So, yeah, Skyvector is more of a flight planning software. It's not really a, hey, move around. And Avera is the way to do it. On an iPad, your best bet is probably either a trial subscription to Garmin or ForeFlight. You have to pay for that. But ForeFlight's like the predominant app. But again, if you have an Android device, Avera is free. Avera. I always pronounce it wrong too. Okay, trim up slightly because we're still out from the airport a little bit. We're cleared into the Delta. We should be good. Alright, what was I doing now? I can't remember what I was doing now. Let's go to my checklist, make sure I'm doing this right. So we're on a descent. By the way, I should have totally put this up there. So let me do it now. Descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened, and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
Alright, well, we're on our way. Descent, power level, air speed. When the fuel pumps got approach the landing, so we do that. Alright, so put the fuel pumps on where we're beam the numbers. That's what we're gonna do. Remind me of that, because I keep forgetting that. Yeah. Right, exactly, which is why I do it. I'm real life flying, but I don't fly enough to say, hey, I'm gonna spend this much on ForeFlight, which I probably could, because I do simming with it, and you can hook up to the simulator as well. So That's the issue, you know. Who knows? Maybe someday I will use ForeFlight, but Avera's been working great for me for now. You know what I mean? On sim and also real life. And it also hooks up with my ADS-B receiver that I can take in any plane, so it shows me ADS-B traffic and everything. So it does everything I need it to. So I might do ForeFlight though when I go for my instrument rating, because that will have the charts I need and better accessible and the information I need. So that's the only time I think I'm gonna look into getting an iPad. The last iPad I owned was from the school I work at, and they gave me an iPad 2 back in 2012. So I used it, sort of. And then they never asked for it back, so I still have it, but I don't think it'd be powerful enough. It wouldn't be powerful enough to run ForeFlight at a good clip. So, even Avera, I had a Samsung Tab S3, again for the S Pen, where you can write all the information down. And yeah, that was a little slow. It only had 32 gigabytes of memory. So when I bought this Tab S6, I bought it used on eBay, and I got the 256 gigabyte model, and I use it every single day. So either I'm watching movies on it, or I'm using it during the sim or something like that. But it's been pretty good. Yeah, I recommend the stylus. Obviously, you need stuff backed up in case your travel ever to go down. Not that mine ever has, but I've practiced it with that. The nighttime that I went flying in January, I think it was, or maybe even December, I actually said, all right, you don't have a tablet, and I turned it off. I said, where are you, and what are you going to do? So I do recommend, I recommend Private Pilot without any electronic flight bag. I got to be honest with you. That's my personal opinion. I did it without this. I didn't buy the tablet to use for flying until after I got my Private Pilot license. So I didn't even touch an electronic flight bag until I passed the check ride and everything. And I still carry a paper sectional and the plotter and all that stuff with me, because you need that stuff just in case something fails, you know. But I think electronic flight bag, when you become a private pilot, is definitely, one, useful, very useful, and two, almost required at a certain point to help you out, you know. But you can't put all your trust into it. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's continue. We're just on the borders here of Lakeland's Class Delta, and we should be seeing it pretty soon. In fact, I think it's out there. That looks like it's right there. Yep. So that's where we're landing, in Lakeland, Florida, with John Travolta on board. We're going to kick down the power here, get down to 1,150 feet, and get on the other side for runway 27 here. So, oh, finally, we see cars. I was waiting to see those the whole broadcast. Good job, Microsoft. Yeah. Well, no, it's the same way of doing it, just with different indicators, you know. So, but I only fly to steam gauge in the Rolla because that's basically what keeps the cost down too. But it's nothing wrong with learning on glass versus steam. In fact, I would recommend getting used to both. But I've never flown glass in the Rolla. But I feel a little confident because of the simulator, because I know where stuff is and I know how to read it, thanks to my training. So, trim down slightly. Again, on the other side, we're going to set the 45 to runway 27, which should be right across. Yep. And there's a runway 26 and a runway 27, so you really got to know the difference here. But 26, I think, is a field runway, which it could be. That is 27 right there. And that is Lakeland, Florida. So everyone, welcome to Lakeland, Florida, and let's land this puppy with John Travolta. Have a good time right outside Tampa, Florida. I cannot believe how much the weather cleared up though on the flight. Again, if you didn't get to see the beginning of the broadcast, check back and see how bad the weather was, because it was pretty bad. It would have been a no-go in real life, let's put it that way. It was still doable to a certain point, but we were very lucky to get that window of time to actually kind of scud run out of there. So, all right, we'll do a teardrop to a left 45. Here we go. I could go downwind, honestly, because I have ATC with me on the Class Delta. But let's call up on VATSIM, too. Lakeland traffic. Lakeland traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, turning downwind for runway 27, Lakeland. they're going to clear me pretty soon. And if not, I'd call left midfield downwind Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, so that way they know I'm here in real life. Okay, we'll slow this thing down a little bit. Keep the nose up a little bit, and we're looking pretty good. Again, 2.6 has to be a field runway or something, or maybe it's just done in the simulator. But that is definitely 2.7, so. Again, this is the last day of Sun and Fun in real life, but I wanted to have an inspirational flight and a reason, a theme, if you will, to get to Lakeland, so we made it happen. A little more throttle. Okay, fuel pump on, so I don't forget that this time. I gotta get used to doing that all the time. Usually that'd be a beam the numbers, but we have the hot Citronaut over there on Microsoft Flight Simulator doing this, probably because of Sun and Fun, or maybe they live in the area. But we're not going to do takeoff flaps till we're on base, so. Alright. Are they going to, like, you know, tell me I'm clear?
Diamond 9er,
There you
Echo
go.
Foxtrot, clear to land runway 27.
Thank you.
Wind 225 at 19er.
225.
Clear to land runway
So that means the
27
wind's going to
Diamond
be coming
9er
from the
Echo
left.
Foxtrot.
Alright, now I'll go back to VAT Sims now that I'm clear. I'm on the VAT Sim Unicom, and I'm going to extend the downwind because, again, I've never landed in Lakeland ever before, ever. So it's good to extend the downwind a little bit. We'll start a slow descent down. And, yeah, we're going to turn base right about now, so here we go. Going to slow down a little bit, too. Lakeland traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, left downwind to base, runway 27, Lakeland. Yep, climbing when I don't want to be. Alright, it's cool. And we're going to do takeoff flaps here. Here you go. And immediately turn final, because that's the way it works in the simulator. Really slow this puppy down. There we go. Descend, descend, we're going to be way too high. It's okay. We will solve it. Lakeland traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, final for runway 27, Lakeland. Trim up slightly. We're okay still. Again, the peripheral vision, not the best in the simulator. Real life, it's a lot better, obviously. And pretend that the hot Citronaut is not there because he's going to keep going in my flight path. He's not on VAT Sim. Full flaps. Visualize it. Yep, they're good. Way back on the throttle because we're high. Off on the throttle because we're high. And we want to get to about 78 on the approach here, so not that far off. Get my airport diagram out. And we will try to turn to the right where the FBO is once we get off the runway. So, okay, throttle out, trim up. He's doing acrobatics. That's what he's doing. He's simulating Sun and Fun right now. Okay, throttle out. We're gonna be good. Descending down. Maybe a little bit of throttle actually. There we go, just to get over that threshold. And here we go. Wind from our left, that's why it's pushing us a little bit. So that's pretty cool. A little left throttle. It could have been center line a little bit better, but that's alright. Alright, aerodynamic braking, pulling that yoke back. Just isn't very realistic on this. We're good. Alright, we're going to turn on to Bravo here. Should be up ahead. And I switched it back to Microsoft Flight Simulator because they're going to tell me to go to ground. So, over to Bravo.
Diamond 9er, Echo Foxtrot, contact ground on 124.5.
124.5. I am on ground then. Okay, cool.
124.5.
Clear the runway, you idiot. Yeah, I'm not gonna continue on with that. I'm just gonna park at the FBO because they're gonna tell me to go somewhere insane. But all right, clear the runway. Gotta call that VAT Sim. Lakeland traffic, Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot, clear of runway 27. Lakeland. All right, let's get our checklist out. You can look at this with me if you like. Oh, wait, wrong one, right one. Here we go. All right, fuel pump should have been off right now. There you go. Brakes, transponder, we're going to leave on. Avionics, good. Flaps up. And fuel pumps off. Good. We're ready to go. Now, here's where we're going to go. We are on Alpha. We're going to take Juliet over to the FBO. And that's what we're going to do. So, a slight left. And then it should be, I believe, this building right here. That's the FBO. So, that is what we do. Here we go. Pretend that I called ground services and got clearance to go to the FBO. Welcome to Liquid Flyer. We'll take a look around with the drone. And before I forget, I want to say thank you to John Travolta for joining us on our flight today and letting me pick him up at his house on the way here. That was pretty cool. Boy, am I hungry. They better have some food at Sun and Fun. Just saying. Oh, boy. Hey, there's a marshal over there. Why don't we go over there? Well, no, I'm going to go with the FBO. Nice try. Not today. Ha, ha, ha. But, all right, we didn't waste much fuel on this flight. Again, the Diamond has really good fuel efficiency. It does take Jet A, which is a little cheaper. And it's doing a pretty good job. Seems to be an Italian jet over there or something. Look at that. So we're going to pull in right over here. I'm going to go to the right of that Italian jet. That's what I'm going to do. Good. Very good. Pulling right over here. This is the FBO. I don't know what FBO it would be, but it said on the sectional. I mean, on the airport diagram that it was FBO. Good. All right, let's go to the checklist. Engine shut down. I'll show this to you as well.
Orlando traffic. Hold around 44 miles to Mini.
Parking brake set.
Left
Power lever up to 10% for 1 minute because you don't want to follow the mags. So good there, just a little bit. End indications check. ELT check. I've already been monitoring out the whole flight, so we're good. Avionic master off. Radio's going off. There you go. Electrical consumers off. Everything but the strobe here. And anything else electrical. Thinking about it. Pitot heat off. I think we're good other than that, right? Yeah, good. All right. Engine master off. This is going to turn off the engine. That's why it's guarded. Off. It's that easy to turn it off. And it's about 44 minutes from John Travolta's house. Okay, so that's the engine. We'll put the guard back on. Strobes off. Then engine master off. And that's how you park the Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot. Diamond 9 Echo Foxtrot. Okay, thanks to John Travolta today. We're going to take the drone out. John's going to go and take a piss. So he's got to leave the plane right now. John, I'll see you in a couple minutes, okay? And without further ado, let's take the drone out. Let's compare it to what it looks like on Google Maps here. Let me just get Lakeland up here. And I'll turn off the checklist. We'll go here. All right, so Lakeland International Airport. We are parked at the FBO, which is Shelter Aviation, I guess. Parked around the ramp there, and this is what it looks like. So, again, I'm wondering why they had a 2.6. And all I can think of is that it's a field runway, because I didn't see anything. But, I don't know. Probably is a field runway. Alright, let's compare it. Here we go. Straight down. I'll try to get the same orientation as well. I'm a little outside the square, but that's okay. So the main terminal is this building right here. Again, the FBO would be kind of in between here. Runway 27, where we came in on, is right there. And yeah, I'm looking for that 2.6 like it's a field runway, but I don't see anything. So, but it is what it is. We had someone doing acrobatics here. A little bit. We also got disconnect from VATSIM. So let me do that. And that's what it looks like in the simulator. Let's keep going higher. Maybe I can get a good view of it compared to what. Oh, you don't even see it. You poor people. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I thought I had it up there. Alright. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alright. Sorry about that. Oh, now it doesn't want to go there because I just did that thing. Alright. Give it some time here. And again, this is the Tab S6 doing that screen mirroring. There we go. So that's what it looks like in the sim on the little cell phone. And this is what it looks like on Google Earth on my tablet. Right there. Again, I'll do the same orientation. Right there. And having Google Earth on your tablet, if you're flying for real, is actually a pretty nice thing to have, because then you can kind of see where parking is if you can't really find it. So, but it's a pretty good representation. This is default scenery. I don't think I have anything installed to make it look more authentic, but it's not that bad. You know, it does the job. And of course, Lakeland, Florida. Let's see. Downtown part of Lakeland is to the northeast right now, so 222. Let's see if that's west. It's kind of west and east. That's like this. Lakeland is actually out over here somewhere. At least I thought it was. Maybe I was wrong. West, east. Yeah, I think it should be. Wait a second. Oh, runway 5. Here we go. It should be this way. So there it is, Lakeland, Florida, everybody. It's looking pretty nice. Again, you have a mall over there. Again, I'm not really familiar with Lakeland. Again, the only place I've been around this area is Tampa. That was back in 1996, so that's going to help us. But we have a mall and a highway with cars, finally. That's a pretty snazzy mall, huh? Golf course, houses, maybe retirement resorts, I don't know. It's amazing the amount of detail that they have on this for default, though. Never did in my wildest dreams ever did I think in my lifetime I'd see something like this. So it's getting better. You know, that's obviously a hotel with a pool. That's probably a Walmart, but I just pushed the wrong button. Alright, well, I think we saw enough of Lakeland. Welcome to Lakeland, Florida. We are at Sun and Fun on the last day. Probably wouldn't be able to do this for real because they closed down the airfield for aeronautical demonstrations and stuff like that. You know, stunts and stuff like that. But it was fun while it lasted. And I thank everyone for joining me on these series of flights, flying from Plymouth, Massachusetts to Sun and Fun. And of course, they're all archived on Twitch for now, but I also archived them on the Eric Flight YouTube archive channel, stream channel, if you will. So, but oh, thanks, man. Sir Skidmore, thank you for saying that. Those kind words. And from Lakeland, Florida, to you, I'm gonna go meet up with John. He's probably getting done with the bathroom still, but I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow me, Eric Flight, on YouTube. We always need more followers. We're trying to get to 1,000, and also follow me on Twitch, where I continue to stream all these wonderful events as they come. Sometimes you just do a random flight. Sometimes you do like a, hey, I want to do this in real life. Let's test it out. But I try to make it authentic. We also have the Virtual USA Flying Club events that we do all around. So tune in and follow, and I'll see you in the future. We'll see you later.